Hi everyone, welcome to Bloom Feather Studio. My name is Lene and it's peony season here in the Midwest. So I thought it would be fun to paint these beautiful, romantic, atmospheric peonies. Okay, these are the supplies that I'll be using today. I've got 3 brushes. The first one is a silver black velvet 1/2 inch flat brush, and this one is very flexible. And then I have an angle shader brush from Princeton, and this is a little bit stiffer, so it's angled. And then this is a round brush. It's a number 8 Winsor Newton Cotton. And then I have 4 colors here. I'm sorry I don't have the viridian in the tube form. And also I'm going to be using violet. This is carbazole violet from Daniel Smith. And then permanent rose from Winsor Newton. And yellow ochre. The paper is 100% cotton. I'll show you. This brand is called Ardenfly. I get it on Amazon. And it's a really nice paper. It's a little bit cheaper than Arches. I really like it. It comes in block form. It's glued on 2 sides here. Okay, we'll be doing 3 flowers today. 1, 2, 3. This one here will be pointing up. This one at an angle, like kind of a right angle, and then this one will be pointing down. Okay, and in between we'll be putting some leaves that fall nicely. Okay, so starting out with my flat brush, I'm going to pick up some, I'm going to start with some of the permanent rose, and I'm just going to add a little bit of the purple. Okay, so I have a little bit of purple already here. So it's a nice kind of purpley, pinkish color. And for each of these colors, I'm just adding the tiniest bit of the yellow ochre. Okay, so I'm going to start with the top of the flower, the petals that you can see on the other side of the flower. And I'm just going to make a nice strong top part using my flat brush like this. And so I start out with my brush flat to the paper, and then just to add interest to the petal and keep it from being too rigid, I add little side strokes to it. Okay, and that is the top of the flower. And then I'm going to go along to the side petals, and I'm just going to kind of make a V shape with the side petals. So coming down towards the center of the flower and just adding some side strokes there. I have a little bit of paint right here that I need to work out. Okay. And then, so we've got some side petals coming down, and then do like a couple slashes here for the petals that kind of come out toward you. Okay. And then for the bottom petals, I'm going to go ahead and make fatter, kind of like wider, but thinner this way. Okay. So they kind of fall like this. Okay, just gonna pull out some color up here a little bit. And then I like to make a nice strong dark V. So I'm gonna put more color here just to give it a really nice angle feeling. Just adding a little water here to loosen it up. Okay, so now I'm going to pull the center down a little bit because there's a lot of white space here. And I'm going to go ahead and take some of the yellow and add it to the middle. So I'm using the side of my brush. Just going to clean it off and get it dry because I want a little bit of separation here between the yellow on the top. So I can go to with the side of my brush and I kind of tap it along here at the top, and then I do the same thing with little strokes at the bottom. And actually I'm going to pick up this and get some more yellow ochre and add some dots along the bottom and kind of in a circular fashion along the top as well, and some slashes. You can kind of slash it down. Okay, now I'm going to widen out this flower a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and just clean off my brush so I don't have any, I have a little bit of water but not much color. So I'm going to add some background petals to this. Just to give it an air of mystery. And romance. And also down here I'll do the same thing. Just going to add some petals to the background. Okay, that looks pretty good. So it's nice and soft. Just gonna soften this up a little here. Okay, I'm gonna take my angle shader and just kind of pull out a little bit of color here by using, so I wet it and then I dry it off on my paper towel, and then I pull out some color a little bit just to give it a little more interest. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. Now I'm going to move to this flower right here. And for this one, I'm just going to add a little bit of purple to it. So I'm going to take my purple. I'll show you. My purple is very strong. I'll take a little bit of purple here and add some of my permanent rose to it. Get a little bit more there. Okay, so it's a nice purple. Maybe add just a little bit of yellow ochre, which is down here. Just a bit of yellow ochre to it. When you mix the colors that you're using together, it just makes it look more cohesive. So I like to try to include, when I chose 4 colors, so I'm trying to kind of mix them all together so that it looks more cohesive. Okay, so I'm going to go up here to, oops, I have the wrong brush. I'm going to use my flat brush. Actually, I'm seeing this here I don't really like, so I'm going to soften this up a little bit more. And add a bit more color. Give it shape. Okay. Now I'm going to go to my second flower, do the same thing. So start with a nice strong top. You can make it thinner up here, or you can widen it out a little bit. Bring it down to this where the center is. Okay. And then add that V coming here on the side. Okay. do some slashes down. And then I'm just going to add a little bit more pink to it. Then I'm going to kind of clean off my brush a little bit so it's a little bit paler. And then I'm going to go ahead and make some fatter petals here. Get some strong purple and pink together. And just add some to the middle. Just to give it really an unmistakable shape to it. Okay? Now I'm going to add my yellow ochre to the center using my round brush. So again, I'm going to kind of go around in a circle, but use like dots and lines for the center. Okay? And maybe like smudge it just a little bit with a damp brush. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my angle brush and I'm going to make it damp but no color. And I'm going to go ahead and add some background petals to it. It's picking up more color than I like, so I'm cleaning it off as I go along. I'm just going to add more purple to this middle part because I like how that's looking. Just kind of add some slashes of purple. It's a little too purple, so I'm going to add a little bit more of the pink to this. There we go. Ooh, and I love how that goes with that gold kind of comes out really nicely in with the pink. So I'm adding a little bit more gold. Okay. All right. And then just leave that alone. I'm going to pull out a little bit of this color. And then we'll move on to the third flower. Okay, now for the third flower, I'm going to turn this around because this one's pointing this way. Okay, taking my flat brush and I'm just going to add a little color here. Sometimes when you look at it from a different angle, you see something. Okay, I'm going to leave that. Okay, now I'm going to do the third flower. So I did like a pink one and then a pinkish purple, and then I'm going to do more of a kind of like here I'll show you. I'm going to use the yellow ochre and the pink together and make like a really pretty kind of soft pinkish color. Soft, like, I don't know what to call this. dusty pink color for this one, I think. Okay, same thing. I'm going to take the dusty pink color and start with the top. Okay, flat brush, and then angle it to the side. Kind of look at how those petals end in like jagged edge, a jagged edge. Okay, now I'm gonna come here with the side petals using my flat brush, angle it down like this. Do some slashes across like that. And then maybe another one right here. I need this to be a little bit stronger. So I'm going to take my permanent rose. I'm going to add a little bit here. So a little bit of wet, not dried permanent rose, so that I can get some stronger color here. Okay. And then add some yellow ochre to it. You probably can't see this, but I'll show you what I'm doing. Just get it nice and strong. Nice strong color. Let me just see what that looks like. Ooh, that's a little too brown, so I'm gonna add more permanent rose to it. There we go. Kind of connect here. Okay. Now, so I have like nice dark center there. I'm going to add, I'm going to go ahead and do my bottom petals that are coming, falling down. I'm going to just go right over the other flower there. Okay, now I'm going to go with my yellow ochre in the middle. Just need my round brush. I'm just going to put some dots in the middle, kind of in a circle. I like to let it bleed in to the other color. Okay, now I'm going to clean off my brush, my flat brush again. I'm going to add some background petals. So the reason you see the colors is just pulling color from what's already there. Oops, that's a lot of water. Get rid of that. Okay. Here, I kind of lost the petals here, so I'm going to add a little definition. There we go. Oops, too much color. Okay. These are my soft romantic flowers. Add a little more color to the middle here. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. And now I need to add my leaves. So I'm gonna go with my viridian. And my viridian is really a bright, bright color. So with your viridian, most people have viridian in their palette, because if you buy a watercolor set, it's usually always there, and it's so bright. So let me show you how bright it is on its own. So see how bright that is. But if you add some purple to it, say, let's add some purple and see what happens. Kind of makes a magical color. So here it is with the purple added to it. Really beautiful. If I add some of the yellow ochre to it, see what it looks like. Calms it down. So here it is with yellow ochre. Isn't that a beautiful green? The yellow ochre. So I think with this, I'm going to go ahead and start with the green mixed with the purple. And then I might kind of slide gradually into the green mixed with the yellow ochre. So we'll see how that looks. And actually, I love using my angle shader brush I'll show you for leaves. So you can start with the point of the brush. Okay, so I'm holding it kind of perpendicular to the paper, I guess. And then as I pull down, I kind of go to the side. And if you want to widen it out or use, add more frills to it on the side, you can do that with the tip of the brush. It makes really nice leaves. The other thing you can do is, let me get a different, that makes beautiful leaves, but the other thing you can do is, if you have trouble defining your leaves, you can go ahead and use your round brush and go ahead and make some leaves, right? So you're making leaves. And then, here, I'll do another one. That one looks pretty good, but sometimes it's hard to define leaves. Okay, so you got a leaf here, and you're like, ugh, it doesn't really look like a leaf. So I'm going to go ahead and use my angle shader and just kind of organize the leaf a little bit, after using your round brush. But I'm just going to go ahead and use my angle shader right from the start. Okay, so I'm going to mix it with some purple. So remember, I've got viridian mixed with purple. I'm going to go right here, and I'm actually going to add a little water here. So let's just add some water here, just so it's not too strong. Okay, and then I'm coming in with my angle brush. I'm going to start perpendicular and twist. Okay, and that is so dark, so I'm just going to clean off my brush. And make it lighter. And there's not too much, I don't have too much space here, so I'm going to leave that alone there. Actually, maybe I'll add just a little bit of, kind of looks like 3 in a row, doesn't it? So I'm going to make this middle one bigger. Okay. Bring this one over a little bit. Let's put some lines there. Okay. I like that. Let's put a little bit more yellow ochre right here. Okay. A little strong. All right, but I'm going to leave it. It's always nice if you can bleed the flower into the leaves, but I waited a while and these are all dry, so I don't think they're going to bleed. I need a fresh towel just to kind of pull out that color right here. Okay, we'll do that. And actually, if it doesn't bleed but you want it to, you can add a little bit of pink there to kind of simulate a bleed. See how that looks. Kind of make a mess there. Okay, so I'm going to leave that, and then I'm going to go over here, do the same thing where I just wet this down a little bit here. And I'm going to add some leaves coming out this way. So I like to kind of make movement with my leaves. So I'm going to maybe go in this direction, kind of in that direction. So starting with my viridian mixed with purple, I'm going to go ahead and make a nice fat leaf right here. cleaning it off. Maybe add one here. Yeah, that looks good. And then I'm gonna get some mixed with the yellow. It's too strong, so I'll wash it off and then do one up here. Oh, you can't see the yellow very well. Let me add some yellow to it. Okay, there's that. I'll probably come back to that and add more stuff to it. Just maybe add some lines. Just go like that. Okay, so I have something going here. I'm going to make some more leaves going this way. Let's see. Okay, I might come back to that one too. Let's see. I don't like how this is pointing. There we go. And then I'm going to soften this up a little bit here because I don't like how harsh the line is between the flower and the leaves. I hope you can see this. Okay, so I have these two. Now I'm going to go between these flowers and do the same thing. But first I'm going to put some water there. Okay. Some of my viridian mixed with the purple. And I'm first going to go maybe in this direction. Let me see. Kind of like that. Okay, adding a little bit of a different color here with the let's see, maybe right up here. Very strong leaf. Do that. Let's see what we have. So I need to add more interest here. I don't know about you, but sometimes I find leaves to be difficult. Like sometimes I go through the whole flower part and I think, oh, it's so pretty, and then I kind of ruin it when it comes to the leaves. Okay. So we have, I feel like we need more movement up here. So maybe some that come off this direction. Try that. Can you see that? Oh, you can't see it. Okay, so there we go. What do you think? I'll put it this way so you can see it all. That's what I've got. Sometimes if you want more movement, you can add like maybe some lines coming out, but I think I'm gonna leave this just because if I add anything more, I'll probably ruin it. Okay, so here we have it. Okay, romantic flowers with a lot of atmosphere to them. You can do this in like a card, or a print painting. So there you have it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you'd like to see. You can comment below or on my Instagram. You can post and tag me on my Instagram at Bloom Feather Studio. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and have a great day. Happy painting. Bye.